Sometimes you need to get knocked down before you can really figure out what your fight is and how you need to fight it. Sometimes you need to feel the pain and sting of defeat to activate the real passion and purpose that God predestined inside of you. God says in Jeremiah, I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Hear me well on this day. This day when you have reached the hilltop and you are deciding on next jobs, next steps, careers, further education. You would rather find purpose than a job or a career. Purpose crosses disciplines. Purpose is an essential element of you. It is the reason you are on the planet at this particular time in history. Your very existence is wrapped up in the things you are here to fulfill. Whatever you choose for a career path, remember the struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose. When God has something for you, it doesn't matter who stands against it. If it's meant for you, God will move someone that's holding you back away from a door and put someone there who will open it for you. I don't know what your future is, but if you're willing to take the harder way, the more complicated one, the one with more failures at first than successes, the one that has ultimately proven to have more meaning, more victory, more glory, then you will not regret it. Press on with pride and press on with purpose and appreciate what God has brought you through.
Hey, listen, everybody. Our partners at BetOnline continue to be the #1 source for all your betting needs and sports info. Hey, it's your man, Lloyd Spencer. Listen, find all the latest odds, news, and sports developments, including this year's NBA playoffs, finals, the NHL hockey conference finals, and Major League Baseball, and the latest fighting news as well, and even next season's early NFL future. It's really easy to do. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. You use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to get the bonus and get into the action. It's BetOnline, where the game starts. It's Talkin NOIZ make extension.
Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Yeah. Popcorn World. Can I make you move now? Yes, I can. So you can get this groove in a bag of a can. But to make it round the world when it holds in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. It's a popcorn world. It's a popcorn world. What's that saying? Breaking down the rumor and slowing down. Speaking for the people who will slow around. To control the power, the whisper and the shout. We're talking noise. Oh yeah, talking noise. Yeah, yeah. Say it again, say we're talking noise. Yeah, talking noise. We really don't have to fool around. Never noise keeps us lined up. When truth divine, the sound that you hear is the sound of success. We're talking noise. Oh yeah, talking noise. Yeah, picking up all the same. We're talking noise. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Talking noise. Say it again. We're talking noise.
Welcome to Talkin NOIZ, the daily podcast that brings you up to speed and keeps you informed about real issues affecting real people. With your host, Mr. Talkin NOIZ himself, Lloyd Spence. His beautiful wife, Mrs. Noise, Kenyatta Spence. The ever-informed Brother Noise, Alan Brown. And yours cordially, Uncle Noise, Shake Anderson. Come on in and join us as we reveal and opine today's most pressing issues. Real truth while having real fun. Talkin NOIZ is in your house right now. So sit back and enjoy Talkin NOIZ.
Two, one.
Come on.
Not getting high, so not getting hurt. Keep me on the water. Making a way with you. Good time. Good time.
And I'm so excited.
Good times. Ain't we lucky we got 'em?
The letter came in on time. What up, good people of noise? We so excited to see y'all. We can't think straight. Had the wrong thing up, but there it is. Talking Noise, Mama Noise in the building, Mr. Noise in the building. Hello, kind peoples. How y'all feeling tonight? Man, I was just so mad. I might have been the oldest noise I've ever made on the show. I need a shave. Look at this. This is ridiculous. Look at this undercarriage. I got to shave. That's just being lazy. I get my life together. Okay. Mama Noise, good to see you muted. Can nobody hear you?
Hey.
You just smiling from ear to ear. Goodness gracious. Could that smile be any bigger?
You know you
act
do
like
that.
you just got some good news or something.
Man, God is a good God.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Ooh, noisemakers, if y'all only knew.
Hey.
What a day this has been. We got so much to share with y'all. When it's time, it's coming. I promise you, it's coming quickly. Mind-blowing stuff. But the first two things dropped in the last 24 hours. It's getting gooder and gooder and gooder.
Hey.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Getting gooder and gooder over here. All right.
Thank you.
But with that being said, I got some stuff I need to talk to you about. Hey, White Organist, it's good to see you, my brother. What's going on, Popcorn? I see you over there in the... What? Why are you looking so sad, bro? You had a good weekend, didn't you?
Uh-oh.
What?
Did anybody show up for his baby shower?
Yeah, there was people there, but... Oh, wow. But he going to play the organ. He going to get it started. But oh, man, he's not in a good place. Oh, I can hear it. You hear the sadness in it? Ooh, White Organist. Pick it up a little bit. Well, I can't account for White Organist's tone tonight, but to the rest of you noisemakers, happy Monday. Good to see you. Me and Mama Noise in here holding it down. You know, cuz is on vacay right now. He'll be back with us next week. But we're going to have a good time tonight. Doing what we do. Talking noise. Glad to see each and every one of you. Grab your church friends, grab your Bibles, and your tithing envelopes. Head to your seats. Get comfortable. We'll have a great show. We got a lot to talk about here on Talkin Noise. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough right over there. Just stop. You're just not in a good place. I don't even see the joy in your heart, man. I understand things go wrong, bro. Can we talk after the show? Let's just talk after the show. All right. I did my part. Let me just be clear. At the baby shower, I did my part. For those who don't know what we're talking about, there was a baby shower this weekend for White Organist and his baby mama. Fiance. I won't call her baby mama. Well, technically, that's not true either. She was his fiance. Saturday, she was his fiance. Today, she is not.
What the?
Well, they didn't quite get the haul that they had expected to get.
I figured that had to be the reason.
Yeah, it was. She wasn't aware of what the flyer said with the liquor and the Lifeway Christian and the condom scent. She was not aware of what it said. So essentially people brought what was on the registry. They brought
liquor and condoms.
Liquor. Well, no, Condom Sense is more than just condoms. Condom Sense is like a sex store. So they brought a lot of like sex toys and stuff. It was weird, which I thought was weird too. I was like, bro, this is what you asked for on the registry? And so they brought that in Bibles, and it was just a strange situation. And so because he screwed it up so bad, she's really angry at him. And needless to say,
usually the men aren't in charge of the registry.
Well, but she was busy in the studio. You know,
or in the streets. I mean,
no, she was not. Don't do that. Why are you saying she was in the streets? Don't do that. She don't know her like that. She was in the studio playing the music, and she was trying to get her album together. And so all he had to do was take care of this part, and needless to say, he kind of failed at it, and so she's really angry. I think y'all gonna work it out. You know, that might just be pregnancy hormones. So I wouldn't stress on it too much. Yeah, wipe your eyes, man. Calm down. It's gonna be all right. Have her call me. I'll talk to her and tell her it's just an honest mistake. Yeah, okay. It's gonna be all right. They're gonna be all right. It's sometimes stuff don't go the way it's supposed to go. You hear it wrong, or he got the list. It was like two different lists she wrote down, and he wrote down. One list was for like a bachelorette party, which is what the Lightweight Christian, Condom Sense, Liquor Bar stuff was for, and then the other list was for the baby shower, which was where the baby shower stuff, like Target. It was supposed to be like Target. I thought it was weird though, you know what I'm saying? Because it didn't seem like it didn't make sense. But I don't question people's stuff. Yeah, I don't question people's stuff.
Okay, well, I think she has every right to be irritated with what the outcome was. However, I think that they planned it together. So, I mean, I don't think that it was like, you know, that she's totally oblivious to what happened. I mean, I think she's aware. Anybody who has a baby shower is like, okay, let me get registered. Nobody goes, oh, I'm going to let my baby daddy handle registration.
But she was in the studio. And it wasn't that she was letting him handle it. It was that she let him handle the flyer. And so he printed up the flyer, and he got the it was like two sticky notes. One was for the flyer for the baby shower, and the other was for the bachelorette party. We obviously didn't get the bachelorette party flyer because none of us wanted that. But he just put the wrong stuff on the baby shower information. So it's all good. It's an honest mistake.
Okay.
Honest mistake. So anyway, we transition and digress. We got a lot to talk about today on In Case You Missed It Monday. All right. I'm excited, man. I'm excited about all the things that's going on in the world. Excited in the sense of there's a lot to talk about. Not excited in the sense of I'm happy about what's going on in the world. And we're going to start in honestly the most craziest place we can start, which is these mass shootings over the weekend. Like, I'm not talking about over the past week or the past month. I'm talking about over the weekend, y'all. It was bananas. What up, Tim Hinkle? Good to see you, bro. It was bananas. It was really, really bananas. So there were several mass shootings over the weekend in Pennsylvania, in Chattanooga, Tennessee, in South Carolina, in Arizona. It's just been, it seemed like it's been one after the other, after the other, after the other. And everybody's just in New York, Buffalo, New York. We got that one, Uvalde. I mean, it's been crazy these last couple of weeks, and everybody's trying to understand what is going on. And so Sunday in Chattanooga, Tennessee, there were 3 people were killed and 14 others were injured. 2 people died from a gunshot wound, while a 3rd person died of injuries after being hit by a car. I think they were trying to run away or something, and they got hit by a car. but yet no arrests yet have been made as of Sunday afternoon. In South Carolina, there was at least 8 people were shot at a graduation party in what authorities in Clarendon County described as a suspected drive-by shooting. A 32-year-old woman was killed while 7 others were wounded. 6 of the 7 injured were aged 17 or younger, which is crazy. They think that one might have been gang-related or gang retaliation. And then, of course, in Arizona, 14-year-old girl was killed and 8 others were injured during a shooting early Saturday at a Phoenix strip mall. 9 people were hospitalized, including the 14-year-old girl who died later, and 2 women were transported with life-threatening injuries. So we'll see what's going on with them as the as it unfolds. And then there was actually 2 in Arizona, because there was in a bar. 2 people were left dead and 2 injured in a Mesa bar. But overall total, there have been 100 in the last 156 days. I'm not making this number up. There have been 240 mass shootings in the last 156 days, which is crazy.
It's not.
Some of it has been racially motivated, but other parts of them are just black or violence amongst people of your same color or whatever the case may be. And so, yeah, AB's good to see AB in the house. Yeah, it's crazy right now. And so we have a show to set up for tomorrow. We're doing a Talk That Tuesday. And is the gun violence problem linked to gun laws, or is the gun violence linked to broken neighborhoods and broken people? And we got the thought engineer coming by tomorrow to join us for that conversation. But man, this is insane. Like, it is really insane to just conceptualize. Mama Noise, 156 days, which is a little half a year, basically. Right on, a little under half a year. And we're already at 240 mass shootings. What are your thoughts to that?
I don't know how to respond to that. We hear about shootings, not so much about mass shootings as much as we have in this past 6 months.
And right, before you finish, let's make sure we clarify that statement. That's a powerful thing you just said. We're not talking about just shootings. We're talking about 240 what is definitionally called mass shootings. We're not talking about shootings. There's more shootings than that. That's just mass shootings. Great question that
Albie
asked. What is considered a mass shooting? I will look at that up and define it as you finish your statement, Mama Noise.
I think there's a certain number. There's a certain number that qualifies it as a mass shooting.
I'm sure. I'm 1,000% positive.
But we hear about shootings from time to time. You know, if you're a person who watches the news, you know, but to hear about mass shootings and how they're so this past 6 months has been overwhelming with mass shootings. And we're already a practically desensitized culture as it is.
We are desensitized. Yeah.
I mean, we already are. So, but this right here only makes it more, I don't want to say common, but it's become so common that people are like, oh, I'm sorry. Used to be like you're overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, we're like this week and last week we're still the time frame that they're still having funerals from Robb Elementary.
Right. Yeah.
So, you know, now, you know, we got Philadelphia and all these different cities that having had mass shootings. Is just like, I'm still trying to process the children and, you know, not trying to be insensitive to Chattanooga, because I saw Sora Dewana asking for prayers for Chattanooga. And I'm going, oh my gosh, Chattanooga, but then it's like, oh my gosh, over here, and oh my gosh, over there. And it's like, I can't process this much mass shooting.
Yeah. So Gun Violence Archive, which is a nonprofit research group, they define a mass shooting as an incident in which 4 or more people are shot or killed, not including the shooter. Now, Everytown, which is a different group, defined it as a shooting in which 4 or more people are shot and killed, again excluding the shooter. But Bird Sharps noted that they are moving towards expanding the definition to also include 4 or more injuries in the future. Now, the FBI doesn't have a mass shooting definition. Instead, the FBI only defines it as mass murder, as an incident where 4 or more people are killed, which can include gun violence, but it doesn't have to. So we really don't have a working definition. USA Today has created their own definition, and they've decided to define a mass shooting as an incident where at least 4 people are hit with gunfire, even if there are no fatalities. Mass killings refers is an incident in which at least 4 people are killed. Mass killing is a different definition. So maybe that's part of the problem. We don't even have a working definition as to what mass shooting is and the difference between mass shooting, mass murder, mass killing. We don't have a working definition by which we can function societally. But I want to go back to something you just said that I think is extremely key. And I always quote my pastor, Dave Chappelle, at this moment because I think his wisdom shines true here. If you go back and listen to the first sermon he preached on Netflix, where he talked about we are in the age of spin. And he said one of the things that makes it hard to care about anything is because we know about everything and we don't have time to care about anything because the next thing is already happening. And I think that is about an accurate depiction of where we are societally as I've ever heard. It is so difficult I'm still trying to process Uvalde. I literally just had a conversation with my grandmother this weekend about Uvalde. We were still processing the truths that are still being revealed out of that circumstance. And before we could ever get to the final truths of what took place, why it took place, why we should care about it, why it's important to fight this gun violence, bam, Arizona, bam, New York again, bam. We had a friend call us and say that there was somebody shooting at his child's graduation this weekend. They're walking out of the graduation and they're shooting at the child's graduation. So it's hard. So for me, what's frustrating to me is now there is movement in our state, and we're going to get into more of this tomorrow. Obviously, more conversation about all of this tomorrow during Talk That Tuesday. But what's really frustrating to me is that now because the public backlash is now at a fever pitch for some reason, now Governor Abbott and Texas Republicans, because they botched up Uvalde so bad, now they're trying to say, well, we got to do something and we got to get some laws on the books. So good. Bruh, are you serious right now? You're only doing something because Beto O'Rourke jammed you up and your polling numbers are saying you better do something. It's the only reason, and I guarantee you, Mama Noise, I guarantee you, what they're considering probably is the bare minimum of what they can get away with. They are not going to come with the type of gun laws that we need to correct some of these problems.
I agree. It's going to be it's half-tail.
Right. Because I don't know if we have the people in place politically right now who can truly put in place the type of laws that will help aid correction. It blows my mind, Mama Noise. It blows my mind that other countries
Hmm.
have had gun incident, mass shootings before, and when they had their mass shootings, they immediately put in law. Like it wasn't even political. It was just like, we can do better than this. And they put the laws in immediately and made the changes. But we are so power hungry and power driven as a nation and money hungry, let's just call it money hungry as well, that we can't do it. It's impossible to do it.
Well, I think we have, not we meaning me, but I think the United States as a whole is like, you try to take away my gun, it's like trying to take away, like a man's appendix.
But again, that's not ever been what people have tried to say they want done. No one is saying that we're trying to take away your guns. Everybody's saying, bruh, can't you see that we need something better than this? Is it that difficult for you to see that we need better laws than this? Surely it's not rocket science.
I agree.
But it's selfishness is what it is. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm just thinking, I don't, the amount of guns that some people have, and I know they think, we're not going to allow the government to regulate everything. Okay, practically everything is regulated in some way. So to be saying like, you're not going to take away my gun. Okay, we're not trying to take away your gun. We're trying to get guns, plural, off the street from random people that don't want to. But then as soon as we think we're trying to get that type of, that mindset, then all of a sudden a whole state says, you know what? You don't even need a license. What? You don't even need, all the stuff that would help slow down, gun purchases, the different things that we need implemented to slow down as many guns on the street are get politicized, and then it's like they trying to take away your. No, we can't let them take. So vote for me, and I'll make sure that that never happens. Well, those are the people that are in office.
I want to just throw out some stuff real quick. We have the highest rate of gun deaths among rich countries, quote unquote rich countries, right? Mm-hmm. But let me show you what other countries did in response to their mass shootings.
Okay.
New Zealand in 2019, March 2019, a white supremacist went in a church in New Zealand. Christchurch is the name of it. Christchurch, New Zealand, into two mosques, shot up 51 worshipers, right? As a result of that, as a call for that, in short, every semi-automatic weapon used in the terror attack on Friday will be banned in this country. That's from the Prime Minister. Mm-hmm. And gun owners had 6 months to sell their weapons back to the government under the new law, and that cost them $100 million just to do that. And as a result, over 60,000 firearms and more than triple the number of components, including high-capacity magazines, were taken out of circulation. And in 2020, they went on to tighten the gun laws, building a new firearms registry. And they haven't had anything close to that since.
See, that's it.
Hold on, let me read a couple more, because it's not just them. Utoya, Norway. Gun laws were considered fairly strong already in Norway, despite high ownership levels of rifles and shotguns for hunting, even before a two-stage terror attack in 2011 that left 77 people dead. Somebody detonated a car bomb in Oslo, killing 8 people, and then there was he shot 69 people later on, right? Mm-hmm. At the time, gun owners in Norway had to obtain a license, be over the age of 18, and provide a valid reason for ownership. The killer obtained his weapons legally via hunting license and membership to a pistol club. Some pro-gun advocates in the U.S. use the tragedy as proof that blah, 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 blah. But, however, the homicide by firearm rate, let's see, what I'm trying to get to what they did in response. Although an independent commission tightened, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Hold on, give me a second, y'all. It wasn't until 2018 that Norway Parliament passed a ban on semi-automatic rifles. Now, it took them 7 years to get this done, but they got it done, which took further 2 years to implement. During that time, a gunman stormed the mosque and opened fire, only injuring one person. But they eventually got it done. That's the point they were making. The United Kingdom, legislative reform of gun laws became a nationwide public issue in 1996 because a gunman killed 16 school children and one adult in a Scottish town in Dublin using a handgun. And at that time, there were no regulations on handguns. But following the pressure from the families, UK government introduced a near total ban on handguns within a year, which was subsequently extended to cover all handguns. And like New Zealand, the British government initiated a gun buyback program, which took back 20,000 weapons out of circulation. And in the years following the law change in 1997, markedly lower gun deaths were recorded. And UK hasn't experienced a mass shooting since 1996. So to say it can't be done is a lie. It's a lie. And I can go on the other countries and talk about more, more stuff. But the bottom line, and thank you for the Time magazine for that story. Eloise Berry was the one that took the time to write that story just a few days ago, if you want to read that. But my point very simply is it can be done. If you want to do it, it can be done. This is not hard. But it's hard when you have people in the pockets of the gun lobby. It's hard when you have people in the pockets of the NRA. It's hard when you have people who have agendas that are not conducive to what's best for America.
Well,
that's what makes it really hard.
It can be done. I was trying to see if I could find it myself. I've been unsuccessful. That California, the governor out there was like, we'll buy back your guns with gas cards.
Right.
However, you got to do it. If it's gas, like right now, gas and groceries.
Whatever it takes.
I mean, if that's what it takes to get them off the streets and right there in the neighborhoods, wherever it's abundant, whereas a lot going on,
right?
Gas and get the guns, give them gas cards, because somebody's trying to get to work, just saying, man, the gas to get to work is just ripping me a new one, and I just need some gas. Well, you got an arsenal at home. I mean, I'm just gonna tell you, I don't understand. Now, I didn't grow up like some people. The first thing they will say in defense is, like I heard one of the mayor of Philadelphia this morning say he grew up, as a country boy that hunting and stuff like that, and had a rifle in the back of the truck, just typical, stuff for a person that's been raised in that atmosphere. But I don't understand is the need for assault weapons.
Right.
What kind of animals are you hunting that requires you to have ammunition like they have overseas in the military? When you're trying to, you shooting at mass amount of people, or you got to have continual gunfire because you're in a gunfight. I don't understand that if you just hunting one deer, right, one whatever, it makes no sense at all for you to have continual gunfire to shoot the one deer. You missed it. You're not gonna get him because you got 20 rounds or 100 rounds.
Let me say this.
Why do you need a bulletproof vest? Are the
Like
deer
the deer don't shoot back.
Are
Right.
they going to shoot back? Oh no, you need the bulletproof vest in case somebody else that's hunting don't see you and they can shoot you. But then I thought they were wearing neon vests and stuff so that people would see them, so that, you know, if you are hunting during hunting season, so that means you ain't just randomly hunting during any type of season,
Right.
during a season that you've been licensed to hunt at. And that's why wildlife hunting and wildlife go around and check folks' license to make sure that they're even licensed to do so. So we got all that regulation for that. Why on earth do you need the type of bullets and the type of assault weapons that's out there and you're not even a hunter?
Well, let me say this. If you need an AR-15 to hunt deer or ducks or whatever it is you're out hunting, dare I say you suck at hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Like you suck. You are a horrible hunter. Because that's not what hunting should be. Hunting, as I understood it growing up, was a skill that you tried to pit yourself against whatever the object was. And like clay shooting. Clay shooting is designed to test your skill of accuracy. So they say pull, and they shoot the little clay pigeon in the air. And you try to aim and shoot the pigeon out the air. That's what hunting is. It's one deer standing off in the distance, and you try to shoot that one deer with one bullet and take it down. That's what it's supposed to be. It's not designed for you to shoot 100 bullets to kill one deer. You suck. This is not your gift. Get out of the woods before you get somebody killed.
I'm not saying that I know anything, that I'm as savvy as a person who's grew up in that atmosphere. I am saying that this is not shade. I watched Duck Dynasty episodes.
Oh my goodness.
To know that they're trying to get the one duck. Even though you shot your gun off, all 99 of them jump out of the water because they like, oh snap, somebody's shooting at us. You're not gonna get all 99. All you're supposed to do is be patient enough to get the one.
And by the way, what kind of obsessive compulsive person wants to shoot 99 ducks? What kind of weirdo are you that you got to take an AR-15 rifle and kill all the ducks? What is that?
I mean, I thought it was supposed to be. Okay, now I heard an interview from Duck Dynasty one time, and they were saying that they actually eat what it is they hunt.
Yeah, they are all about their life. Yeah.
Right. So they're not about that life that says, you know, I'm doing this for sport, trying to see how many I can kill, just trying to knock them off. Actually doing it to feed my family.
And there are a lot of people that I would say are in that alignment or of that ilk. But my point is, if you have a decided advantage against the ducks and against the deer because you have an AR-15, how is that even fun? That's just you being a lunatic out shooting at, like, you don't need, that's not, takes away from it. The whole purpose is to test. I thought the whole purpose was to test your skill, to see how good of a marksman you really are. It does not take skill to fire off 100 rounds in 30 seconds.
Just, you're not hitting. I'm just trying to figure out. If you're trying to hunt something, it's gone.
Well, you might.
You just make it point.
Well, if you have an AR-15, you might kill that duck, but you gonna also kill a bunch of trees, some bushes, some vines. You're gonna kill a lot of shit, is what I'm saying. There's a lot of things that's gonna die because you got that thing out in the woods and you firing off 1,000 rounds. That's ridiculous. It just doesn't make any sense. It defeats the whole intent and purpose. So, and then even let's transfer to something else. Well, I have an AR-15 to protect my home. From what? An alien invasion? What the hell do you need?
From the zombie apocalypse.
Like, right. What do you need an AR-15 to protect? Who are you trying to protect your home from, sir? Please tell me, where are all these criminals that are coming to your home? And if you got this many criminals coming to your home, dare I say, sir, you should move. because this is ridiculous. You are in a situation and a circumstance which probably is going to lead to a conundrum. So I need you to move. You need to pack up and go somewhere else. But what you don't need to do is be sitting up in the house with a semi-automatic weapon that you can kill up the entire neighborhood with. That doesn't make any sense. So
it needs to be. I don't know if it is or not. I just know that when I worked in retail, there was like certain items like that. They had to be scanned, and information needed to be put in a computer for the transaction to go forward. There should be, as what I saw this morning on CNN, it was talking about, there should be red flags that pop up like they do for narcotic drugs. When I worked in ambulatory care, if somebody came in trying to get a narcotic drug prescription filled that they've had filled somewhere else, they would say, ma'am, you've had this prescription shouldn't need to be filled again for another 30 days. Or just a red flag, something would pop up and notify that person to either get someone in management or someone in a leadership role that something needs to be, or y'all need to call law enforcement or something, give law enforcement something else to do. This person has purchased 10 blah, blah, blah. And especially with, let's go back to this young man from the Robb Elementary massacre. This boy had went in. I don't care that he went in on different days. He's 18 years old. Why does he need this assault weapon? And then he goes back.
He had two.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't care that he's 18. He went in to get an assault weapon. For what purpose? Okay. I don't know if he had a hunting license. What purpose? Then he comes in the next day and gets all this ammunition. Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. Somebody called the cops. Somebody called somebody and then the fact that he comes in a third day, they should have just put him on ice just on GP for making all those purchases. And the kid up in Buffalo, somebody just buying assault weapon, ammunition. Where are you going, sir?
I like what was being said in the chats. Anthony Bruce said before the pandemic, some places asked for names and addresses with these ammo purchases. And then the official pastor of Noise Media and Entertainment, Pastor Core, said, red flag versus green money. Which one wins? And usually it's green money. Here lately, it has been nothing but green money. Red flags don't mean nothing.
Then them same folks will be on the news all toe up saying, well, we'd like to extend our thoughts and prayers. Somebody was like, I'm about sick of y'all's thoughts and prayers. I'm about sick of that. That is not a license or what do we used to call it when somebody would say that just so like somebody say I'm praying for you and they really just say that because it's become, it's a part of it instead of something that you actually do.
Right. You don't really mean it. You're just saying something.
Showing thoughts and prayers because that sounds good, sir. That's not going to bring those kids back.
We're not saying you can't own a gun, but why do you need all the guns? Why do you need all the bullets? And there does need to be a waiting period. There does need to be an investigation as to what the purchase is for. All of that needs to happen.